come on in. Yeah, just relax, sit down, be nice and comfortable, okay? Alright, now, but you said you had an appointment. What was your name? Okay. Wonderful. Now, I do believe that we are doing some eyebrow shaping, plucking, filled in, things of that nature, right? Okay. Good. Now, have you ever thought of doing any sort of microblading? It's not as scary as everyone thinks it is. Of course. We can give you some information. We do some microblading here. But if you're not fully ready for that step, we can just go ahead and kind of shape your brows to, how you're wanting it to look, how it fits your face. And then if we get to a point where you want something a little bit more permanent, where you don't want to have to use makeup anymore, things like that, then we could maybe talk about doing some microblading for you, okay? Okay, wonderful. So it looks as if I'm going to be covering your appointment today. Yeah, this will just be like a really good test run for you to see if you enjoy how I fill them in and shape them. And then if it's something that you want in the future, we can make another appointment for the microblading. Okay. Good. So how did you hear about us here? Oh, good. Social media, it's a beautiful thing. Right. Alright, so just put this here. So, just looking at your brows here. Yes, eyebrows are all about placement for you. So, basically, you're supposed to be able to measure your eyebrow for how it will fit your face. So, you should be able to go from the corner of your eye up, just using something straight like a pencil here, and measure the start, then the center of your pupil. The middle of your pupil should be like the arch of your brow. And then the corner of your eye here up should be the end of your brow. Does that make sense? So it's kind of like here, here, here. Do it on you. Here, here, and here. Same with this side. Here, middle of the pupil, end of the eye. Wonderful. So I will do a little bit of measuring for your face and the size of your eyes for you. Okay, so I'm just going to use, this is just a little makeup pencil, so you don't have to worry about it staying on your face or anything. We'll wipe off real quick. I just want to get those measurements for you. And then we're going to go ahead and look at your face shape, as well as some examples of some brow looks. Yes, because they are your brows, so you definitely want them to be the look or the shape that you want as well. It's like a happy medium of what looks best with your face shape and what you want it to look like. Okay, so making those marks for you. Let's start with this eye here. I'm just going to use the end of this pencil again. So from the corner of your eye up. Okay. From the middle of your pupil here. Okay, that should be the arch. And then from the end of your eye here, out. Let's measure that. Yeah, any sort of straight edge will do. Some people like to use rulers. I just usually use a pencil because it's on hand with the rest of my makeup. Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing on this side. So the corner here. Okay. Good. And the middle of your pupil. Good. And then the end of your eye up. See there. Good. Alright, so I do have those marked out for us, and we can work on, further of what exactly you're wanting in just a moment. I do want to show you some examples of some brow shapes. Okay, so here is just, some basic brow shapes that we can go for. Alright, so this top one here is a soft angled arch. Let's go ahead and zoom in on that for you. So a soft angled arch. Yes. More thicker brows are very much in style these days, but we have to do what you want for your face, okay? Trends do come and go, so. And then our next one here is a rounded eyebrow. Yeah, so it's very rounded, while this one kind of has the arch. This is just swoop. That makes sense? Okay, wonderful. And then we also have more of a straight brow, so not very rounded or arched, just more straight across. And that's really gonna depend on your face and what would look best on you, okay? Good. Next, we have a hard angled arch, okay? So you really have, yeah, exactly the hard angle. Exactly. Okay, and then the last one I wanted to show you is more of an S shape. Can you kind of see how it does that S shape there? Yes. On some people, this one looks very villainous. But on other people, they completely pull it off. So those are just 5 options for us here. The soft angled arch, the rounded, straight, hard angled arch, and the S shape. Now, is there any of these particular brows that really jump out at you? Okay. Oh, you want something more like mine? Oh, no, that's totally fine. I can do that. I don't usually get that request, so that will be a lot of fun. Okay, so let me just put that away for us. Alright, so since we've already made those marks, I'm just going to kind of do a little bit more of an outline to give us a basic gist of what we want to do, and then I'll kind of shape it a little bit of plucking and just shaping to get the desired look. And then from there I'll go ahead and fill it in a little bit more. Sound good? Good. Okay. So just gonna mark a little bit more. Just nice to have the guidelines, really. Yeah. Okay. 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 Just a couple more marks there. Now, I'm just going to brush your natural brows just a little bit to kind of get the natural shape. Yeah, to get the natural shape of your brow, and then we can kind of edit or shape from there is usually easiest, you could say. Yeah. Okay. Do you usually fill in your brows in your normal makeup routine? Okay. No, not a problem at all. Okay. There we go. Okay. Those are brushed out a little bit. Let me see here. So now I'm just going to take these tweezers here, and I'm just going to do a little bit of shaping for us, okay? So just... Doing okay? Good. Okay, so that looks pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and add in some color now, okay? So just relax, and I'm just going to do kind of short little dashes for the color. That's going to mimic the natural hair, so they look more naturally fuller for you. Okay? Good. Now, you can use something like this. Is more of a creamy mixture. Or you can use a eyebrow pencil. Some people prefer that to get a harder edge. An angled makeup brush is also a really good idea to fully fill in those brows. Yeah. And with an angled makeup brush, you could just use various eyeshadows to play around and test with it. Of course, there are better brow products that will hold up better for you, but if you're just practicing, you can use just eyeshadows to get a feel for what you're exactly going for. Okay? Okay, good. Let's see here. Okay. Okay, so now I'm going to just use the little spoolie on the end here, and we're going to blend them out so that they do look a little bit more natural, okay? So you can add a variety of products to keep your brows in place. Some people feel comfortable with just the makeup. Other people I know use brow gel to hold it in place. Other people I know use foundation around the brows. They have just something that they already have that they can use. Yes, around the edges. I usually try a little bit of translucent powder. Yeah, it's really personal preference, and you can just kind of toy around with which works best for you. Okay, you are almost finished here. Let's have a look at you. Wonderful. All right, so you are completely done. Yeah, that wasn't hard at all, was it? Yeah, you look exactly like me now. Oh, I think you really have the face shape for it. I mean, it takes a lot to like really pull off this particular type of look, but I really think that it's going to be the next fashion statement. And you have just the perfect face for this type of brows, or brow, I should say. Yes. So, a couple things. To start to fill in your brows, just remember to make those points. Yes, and then for the middle, you kind of just want to, make it kind of flow together. Yes. Yes. And then you can do the shaping with the tweezers, as I said, or we do offer waxing here too. Some people use these little shapers here that are just a little razor, basically, to kind of help shape the brows. Personal preference. Some people don't like the tweezing. Or have different irritations with the waxing, things of that nature. But it's going to be really important for you to just play around with your brow and see how exactly you want to wear it. And once you get more comfortable with that, we can even do a couple more of these fill-in sessions so that you get more comfortable filling in that brow of yours. And then, as I said, if you want to make things a little bit more permanent, we can talk about microblading in a future appointment. Okay. Wonderful. It was so nice to meet you. I'm so glad that I was able to work on your eyebrows and now your one brow there. Alright, perfect. If you do have any questions or comments, feel free to give us a call and we can always set up your next appointment then too, okay? Wonderful. Thank you so much. Bye now.